How's it? Today is Monday, June 9th. Got some snatch things today with some front squats kind of at the end. Today was kind of going back to sort of normal programming, and then it kind of took a big shift in the middle of it. So, you look at all of the things I did today. So, snatch push press plus overhead squat plus snatch balance, going up 3 kilos from last week's top set, which is probably the only normal thing that I did today. And that is for a variety of reasons. But last week, if you don't remember, I came back from LA early in that earlier that morning. Not really early in the morning. I got back at like 3 p.m., something like that. And so I still wanted to lift, and my coach was like, okay, maybe if you want to lift, then try to just do one top set and do a little bit more volume on the way up for a lot of the movements. And that's kind of what I did. And I ended up power snatching up to 89. It was kind of a power snatch, but I didn't do my 5 top sets, which is normally what I would have done. And so that meant that today was going to either be a change back to what I was originally doing 2 weeks ago or something else. And so this is my top set here at 112 for my snatch push press plus overhead squat. I actually regrouped on this, which I haven't been doing for the last 2 weeks because I feel like if I get the rhythm, then I'm going to go. And it feels really good. Like I feel pretty good and like strong and confident doing it. But when I regroup, that snatch balance is so easy. And I am happy with how that felt. But moving on for my power snatch plus hang snatch. Today, I wanted to still do the 5 top sets, which again is different than what I did last week. And so that meant that I was supposed to do 92 for one power snatch plus hang snatch. My best power snatch is 94. And that was like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. It's been a very long time since I've made progress with my power snatch. And ideally, I would be able to make progress right now with the power snatch. I'm not super sure if that's in the cards for me today, but given that 92 is a little bit higher than my normal starting weight, I had to make a little bit different jumps for my warm-ups. So I went 40, then I went 55, and then I went 70. So I totally skipped 50, I skipped 60, and it felt really strange. So I got up to 80 here. This is my second to last warm-up. That was my last like convincing power snatch. And then I got to 87 right here. And that's not a power snatch. I actually spoke to my coach shortly after this. Like he literally called me maybe like a minute after I executed on this, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not super sure what I should do. And he was like, okay, well, maybe we will just try to increase up because my hang snatches are really easy right now. So the goal was just to hang snatch a double at 92, just one top set of 2. And then he's like, okay, if that's easy, go for 3. If that's easy, go for 4. I didn't get 3, but for what it is, look at how easy that first rep is. Like it gets a lot of height. I'm a little bit forward here. I think a lot of it is that like catching it from overhead to right here takes a ton of energy out of me, and like I feel like I'm getting pulled a tremendous amount forward. And yeah, so I wasn't able to make the triple, and I was kind of frustrated with that. So I told myself, okay, I'm gonna try again for my triple here, but I actually only do 2. Again, that first rep, really, really solid, really quick. Positions are really great. That second rep, not super good. So that is the end of my hang snatches for today. Moved into my snatch high pulls. Went up to 97. I just put the little 5 on top of the 92 that I had loaded earlier. These feel really weird because they're kind of heavy now at this point. I'm not getting the amount of speed that I normally like, but we're here. We're trying to make it work. And I think when I'm looking at why I'm moving into hang snatches, he was basically telling me we're gonna try to still continue building without having to decrease the weight. And so what that might look like is like changing the variation to something that is a little bit more reasonable. So hang snatches, I'm very good at the hang snatch. So I feel like I'm gonna be able to just hold on to this hang snatch kind of programming for probably 4 weeks, especially if I'm not hitting those top sets, like 5 top sets. There's a certain point where you can no longer just push the volume, and it feels like I've already reached that point with my training, and so now it seems like we're gonna be kind of tapering down the volume and still be pushing the intensity by changing the variation, and that is kind of exciting for me. We'll see where I get to. I think my best hang snatch double was like 100, maybe it's 102, something like that. I don't know. After my snatch pulls, I moved into pause front squats. Initially, I was gonna do 3 sets of 3 at 132, and I was running out of time. I don't know, man. I just feel like I've been kind of burnt out lately with my schedule and everything, kind of working at the restaurant and personal training. And so I'm trying not to make that excuse that I don't have enough time, but I've been saying it a lot that I just mismanaged my time. And that is definitely true of that again today. And so I actually go for 132 here for my top set of 3. I was actually going to just do 1 set of 3 here for pause front squat. And this was so hard that on the way down, I just gave up mentally here. And I was like, no, I'm not even going to try to push here. Um, but because I didn't have too much time to regroup and retry, I just had to leave. And yeah, I don't know. Kind of things have been changing up very quickly, and I'm kind of frustrated with it. But I'm still here. I'm still trying to put in the work, and I'm not quitting. That's definitely gonna be true of me. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.